All right, y'all, so we got another patch update. And in this video, we're going to review all the patch notes, let you guys know what's been changed. One of the main things that I noticed within the patch notes is that they removed the 1.5 rep boost that you guys were getting from your My Career apparel. I'm also going to share my thoughts and opinion on the current state of gameplay for 2K25. Should things like passing lanes and shooting be changed? That's what we're finna get into. If any of you guys are new here, drop a like, drop a sub, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Let's get to the video.
It's AllCity. Load up that clip.
What's good, y'all? I'm AllCity. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. We about to just jump right into the patch notes because I definitely don't want to waste any of you guys' time. Patch notes 1.5 says this update will be released September 26th at 2 a.m. This patch update should be live for you guys right now. The first bullet point says fix the number of user-reported hang/stability issues when playing My Career or in the city. Next bullet point says fix the hang that some users were reporting when loading into a My Career save. Next one down says fix user-reported issue that prevented advancement during the off-season in My Career. And as I'm reading these bullet points off, if they've addressed any issue that you have personally had with the game, please share it in the comment section below, because to me it sounds like a bunch of vague nonsense. But if they did fix something that you guys we're looking forward to them fixing, please share it. The next bullet point down, and probably the most impactful for 2K players, that says remove the 1.5 time rep bonus that was erroneously attached to certain clothing items in My Career. I just finished watching the homie Brutal Sins video, and he was saying that a lot of you guys out there that are watching will straight reporting to 2K support, asking 2K support how you get that 1.5 rep boost. And 2K support was responding back to you guys, letting you know that you're not even supposed to have that. If any of you watching were taking advantage of that 1.5 rep boost and them taking it away, let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. The last bullet point on these patch notes says resolved an issue in my team that allowed for players to be subbed in an ineligible position. And that pretty much wraps up the patch notes that we received. So now I ask you guys, is this good enough? Were you guys expecting major gameplay changes? A lot of players in the 2K community are mainly unhappy with passing lanes and shooting. But outside of those two major complaints from the 2K community, I've noticed some other subtle little things that make offense way more difficult than it probably needs to be. But first, I'll share my opinion, share my thoughts on the passing lanes initially. Now, I do think a lot of these passing lane steals are just like overpowered, and oftentimes the animation elude the laws of physics. The animation looks unnatural and it seems exaggerated. The last time I seen passing lanes like this was, I think, in 2K22, where we had them 6'9" builds. Those 6'9" builds spread through the 2K community like wildfire, everybody going for Hall of Fame interceptor with a 90 steal on a 6'9" build that gave you these lunging, wildly exaggerated passing lane steal animations. After damn near everybody and their mama ended up making a 6'9" build, 2K ended up patching steals, rendering a lot of those 6'9" builds less efficient. But the differences that I've noticed from those passing lane steals back in 2K22 to what we have now is that back in 2K22, you still had other offensive options to pursue. And after examining these differences in gameplay, it stood out to me how much more difficult offense is in general on 2K25. Over the last couple weeks, I've been making videos about all the changes with shooting on 2K25. So it's well known that shooting is definitely different, and for a lot of players, way more difficult just to green a shot. But from a PG perspective, if I've noticed that they get all these passing lanes, so I'm like a lot more cautious on passing the rock. I gotta make sure that that passing lane is completely clear. And oftentimes, because of these exaggerated passing lane steal animations, I have to be doubly cautious. And this scenario just presented to you guys helps me segue into some of the other subtle differences that make offense way more difficult on 2K25. Because as difficult as it is for the point guard to get a clear pass off, we still have to worry about our shooters getting poor catch animations that throw off their shot timing. A lot of you corner players probably know exactly what I'm speaking about. Sometimes you'll receive like a nice clean catch animation that leads straight into a shot, and other times you'll receive like a fumbled catch animation with a slowed down pull up to your shot. Missing that shot surely is oftentimes user error for mistiming the button push. But the fact is, for corner players on offense, they're not hyper attentive to the gameplay, especially if you have a PG that doesn't put them in motion. And I also want to bring up that topic when putting a corner player in motion, like calling a backdoor cut. Cutting through the defense seems to be more difficult than I've ever experienced in any 2K. It's like, it feels like I have this giant hitbox, or the defender has off-ball pests on 1,000. The tiniest bump seems to brick wall your player. And if you have a player with a high driving dunk attribute cutting from the corner, you think you just finna eat. My experience on 2K25 cutting backdoor on some of my players, surely it just feels different, and it definitely feels way more limiting. But I'm curious to hear you guys' feedback on that, because maybe if you increase your strength, or maybe if we start focusing more heavily on the slippery off-ball badge, maybe that has more significance this year. I just wish we knew that this change was going to be incorporated into the game before we made our builds. Another aspect that I see out there that makes offense a bit more difficult on 2K25 is calling wraps from your hash sitter. You still have that same feeling when rapping of like the defender having off-ball pests really high. And there seems to be something different as well on the rap. I felt last year I had more fluid movement on the rap, where this year when rapping, I feel like I barely have control of my player. As a hash player, trying to rap seems to be more difficult as well. Now, I just want to let you guys know that these are my opinions, things that I've noticed through gameplay. These are not actual facts. So if you're experiencing something different, please share it in the comments. One more aspect about offense that I want to bring up and I think is really important are these marshmallow screens. One of the most prominent, noticeable features in NBA 2K25 is that defense is enhanced. 2K players noticed that ASAP and they decided to create all builds with high perimeter defense and steal. If you can hit your shots with an 85 3 ball, then surely you're going to put defense on your build. 2K25 is hella rewarding perimeter defense. A lot of us point guards have become accustomed to those vacuum screens, and it seems like 2K not only removed the vacuum screens for the most part, but almost all defenders are sliding right through screens like they're not even there. And that leaves a lot of point guards with an even smaller window of opportunity to shoot the rock. Something else that I've experienced that makes things a bit more difficult for the offense is that even if you hit that tiny window of opportunity, you work your player right into that tight window between defenders. You go to take a shot, your defender fails to put a hand up, but still receives a very tight contest. Laker fan, he has a highly detailed video on this topic. You guys might want to go check that out. Another thing that I noticed is that when you're working within those tight windows of opportunity to shoot the rock between defenders, randomly 2K will change your complete shooting animation, putting you in like a lean back type of fading type of shot. And I'm not talking about a leaner. I'm talking about your feet are planted, you're taking your shot. Because the defenders are in proximity, closing in on that shot, 2K will lean you back, even though the defender's on the side of you or even behind you. And I guess that's 2K's way of saying those are not smart shots. You shouldn't take those anymore, limiting those shooting opportunities that we once had and had become accustomed to. These are some of the things that I've noticed about the gameplay on 2K25. You guys let me know if you notice very similar things or if there's anything else additional that you would like to add. Sound off in the comment section. Now, do I think things need to be changed? And it's such a tough question because I've been going through these ebbs and flows with 2K for way too long. My honest opinion is don't touch nothing. Let me figure out if this is the game I want to play all year. If it's not for me, it's not for me. But it may be the perfect game for some other players out there. So for the sake of stability within the 2K franchise's gameplay, I say stand on what you delivered, leave the game alone, let the community adjust. This may surely lead to someone like me just taking a break from 2K25. The fact is, above all else, I disagree with 2K constantly changing the game after release. And we're talking about dramatic changes that render a lot of builds useless. 2K players out there just wasting their money because they created the build for the game that was in front of them prior to the changes. Those are things that I really don't like. And those are things that we as 2K players have been experiencing for far too long. Enough of that, 2K. Stand on business, leave your game the way it is, and do that knowing that some players, they're just not gonna like it. But as always, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about it, so sound off in the comment section below. Drop a like, drop a sub. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.